What's up, man? How are you? Good to
Okay,
see you
thanks.
again.
Yeah, you too. I thought this. I thought your characters are kind of. I think it's trickier than to get this right than meets the eye, because getting the tone of your character right, it seems quite a challenge, because he's kind of the antagonist of the piece. The audience needs to kind of fear him, but he's a bit of a klutz, at start, as particularly in the sort of opening stage. I just wondered for yourself, was it quite tricky to kind of navigate your way around him to begin with?
It was so fun. I think it was all on the page, and all what I had to do is like they had the drama part there, and all I had to do was kind of push into the comedy a little bit more. But you're
Mm.
absolutely right. It's a fine thread to needle where it's like, let's not get too waka waka waka, and let's not get too serious. Where it's like when you have those moments of pathos and you have those moments of this is a really bad dude, you feel it. And then on the inverse, when you have the moments of comedy, it's just it breaks. It gives you some levity in terms of what's going on in the movie.
I always imagine Nick Cage to be in the kind of zone on set. He seems a real kind of character actor, quite sort of method even. Was that the case of him as Dracula? How was he to kind of be around when you were shooting scenes of him?
You're exactly correct. He's so into it. Before the scene, he would go to the side and get himself real pumped up, and then he'd walk on, and it'd be so intimidating. He was amazing. So it's crazy that the guy that I saw, do Raising Arizona when I was a kid is still
Mm.
so committed to doing these movies. He's incredible. He gives it everything he has. It's awesome.
He's not the only good Nick in this. Of course, Nicholas Hoult is great as well. I saw you drinking from a Nicholas Hoult mug on Twitter.
Yeah,
Um,
I have it
yeah,
right
have
here.
you got it?
Right here.
Oh, nice. Because I was,
I just kiss it. I don't even need to drink it. I just
no,
kiss it all day. I
no.
just kiss around it all day.
Because I was going to ask, where's the unlikeliest place you've seen your own face?
Oh, what a weird question. I saw it in a urinal once. No, that's not real.
Meant
Where
on
it's
kind of like on marketing stuff, kind of, when it comes to
it's very crazy.
yeah.
Oh yes, by the way, yeah, someone just saw my friend Jillian just saw one of the Renfield posters on like the little thing where you put your sneakers in the airport. They have
Mm.
those right now, which I thought was really, really fun. But my face, it's very crazy sometimes when you go to a different city and I'm doing an improv thing there and they'll have my like poster somewhere because it's just like I'm visiting the city for the first time and it's so surreal to me that it's like, oh my God, there I am. I'm on a bus. What is going on? It's still very bananas and crazy with like when you do like big international things like Space Force or After Party and like I'm in England all of a sudden or stuff like that and people are taking pictures. It's still surreal. Nothing ever feels real or gets normal. But there's been a lot of that stuff around. But I hope that one day I'm a urinal cake. I hope one day
Yeah.
my face is a urinal cake.
I know you just mentioned about having your improv show. I mean, I know you're big on improvisation. I just wondered, do you try and kind of do that where possible on shoots? And do you have to kind of speak to a director beforehand and ask if it's encouraged, or do you get a sense when you arrive and you take on a script what shoots feel right for improv, which might not?
That's a great question, and you have it nailed exactly. So even in the audition for the role, if it's not offered and I'm auditioning, I will ask the director, hey, is it okay to play with the words or whatever? And there's some directors that are like, no, it has to be word perfect. And then there's some directors like, please, yes, we're figuring out this character, like anything you could do to like add. And so I love that. And then with Nick Cage, I even got to improvise when we're doing scenes. I would like I would lean him one way and he would follow and he'd be amazing. So it's like it's heaven. My improv background has really helped in the projects that I've done. It's been really exciting.
You mentioned watching Raising Arizona as a kid. Like I would have when I was a kid as well, watching Nick Cage. I mean, you're now sort of sharing the screen with him, and I know that you're professional now. You've been doing this for a few years, and you're in those kind of situations. It will get to a point where you go, "Well, this is what I do. This is my job," and it kind of feels quite normal. But are there still senses and sometimes when you just lose yourself for a moment and go, "That's Nick Cage," or "That's someone that I grew up
It's
loving"?
so these are great questions. That's exactly correct. And I had to do it for like, well, I did a show called House of Lies and Don Cheadle was in it. And I remember the first time I saw Cheadle, I was like, oh my God, that's Don Cheadle. And I can't not see him from all the characters I've seen him in. So I was like, oh my God, oh my God. And same with like Billy Crystal, like, but you have to like, it's that person. And then you become friends with them. And it's like, oh, Billy's just like me. He's like a Jewish guy from New York that loves basketball. This is going to be great. But every now and then you like see him, you're like, oh my God, it's City Slickers. I see City Slickers. I see When Harry Met Sally. So it's a really funny thing because they're so ingrained. And I didn't know any famous people ever in my entire life until I started doing this. So it's like, it's so crazy to have those moments. And when you have the big ones like Jim Carrey or Nick Cage, they're so ingrained in your face that in your head that when you see their faces, you're like, I have seen this face for
Mm,
so many hours of my life. I've watched Dumb and Dumber 1,000 times.
yeah.
So it's very interesting and fun feeling.
The one thing I always notice is when I see someone, let's say I meet someone like Jim Carrey, I always think that person looks just like Jim Carrey, and I go, no,
Yeah.
that is Jim Carrey.
When I walk around sometimes at an airport, they'll be like, "Hey, you look just like that John Ralphio guy," and I was like, "Oh yeah." It's funny because you can't really make the connection because that's a made up person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Brilliant. Well, thank you so much, Ben. Be a real pleasure speaking to you, and good luck with your tour when you come to London this summer.
Dude, I can't wait. Apollo in July, please, someone come over. It's gonna be great.
Cool, man. Take care. See you later. Bye bye.
Nice to meet you, man. Great questions.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey, you guys, huh?
Hey, you guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.
Hey,